to another Let's Build It showcase breakdown. We are here once again at my Palm Hills house build, and just to recap what we've done in the past episodes, we've tackled a little bit of the building of the front gate, and then after that we jumped on to the carport and then the front entrance of the house and kind of the front landscaping, and then we jumped into the swimming pool and built that, followed by the kitchen and barbecue area. And this time around, I think I want to jump onto something a little different, a little further out, more towards the edge of the yard right here. I want to show you the master suite, the master bedroom and bathroom, and kind of how that came about. And this is a room I really liked a lot. At first it was going to be like a little guest house off to the side of the pool, but eventually I realized I didn't want to make this house too big, but I just wanted to make this really cool master bedroom that kind of sits off from the pool but has a cool view of the pool, and of course have a really cool bathroom. And I wanted to do something a little different, maybe use a little bit of the angles like I did with the rest of the house. So what do you say we get started, and I'll show you a little bit on how I built the master bedroom. Okay, first step, after I finished the pool, I was thinking that I really wanted kind of an L-shaped house or a U-shaped house that kind of focused on the swimming pool. So I made this little hallway here off to the side, knowing I would go off in that direction somehow. I just wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. So with that being said and the pool being done, I decided to basically work from the roof and use the roof to establish my layout for the floor. Just because I had these nice clean Institute floor pieces or whatever, but I like using them for ceiling because they're a nice clean white and they usually snap together. If I have some kind of wall there, it doesn't seem to want to snap, but I wanted to use these just so I could establish the roof shape, and then from there I would build the floor below it to match. And I also thought the triangle pieces would also help maintain a uniform geometrical kind of shapes to it and angles. I then laid down some of the Creation Club wood floors here. I really like these lighter colored wood floors. I think they work well for my pre-war style builds, or the 50s mid-century modern kind of look, also with a modern feel to it as well. Anyways, I like these, so I snapped these together and basically laid out a pretty decent size bedroom. Pretty large actually. I think it's like 2 blocks wide and maybe four or five in length, so pretty big. So initially when I started this, it was just going to be a square bedroom, and I was going to fit like a little bit of bathroom in there as well. And later on you'll see that I added the bathroom later, and mainly that came about because of using, like I said before, the angling of the roof and using the roof pieces to kind of establish where the base of the house is, if that makes any sense at all. So once I had the ceiling pieces and the floor parts in, I was then able to lay in the walls, and most of those thankfully snapped in pretty easily using the dark stone walls, which I'm using throughout the house, which you've seen in previous episodes. So those actually snapping in, which rarely happens for me, I don't know why, but with these snapping in makes things go a little quicker. So I was able to establish pretty much the base of this bedroom with these walls in. did think it might be a cool idea at one point to have a little patio just outside of the master bedroom, almost like a resort kind of thing, but I just thought it'd be cool to have a little covered patio just off the bedroom that kind of looks at the pool. And I thought that would architecturally would fit with the rest of the house, including the front entrance where I did that big triangle thing. So just enough space to maybe get a couple chairs there. And once again, to tie in with the rest of the architectural theme, I thought I'd use some of these shelf things that look kind of like the white breeze block stuff that I used on the carport, and I will probably use somewhere else in the house as well, just to tie it all in and make it all seem the same. And I think it does give it kind of that 50s look, and much more interesting to look at as a wall, not necessarily a solid wall, but just, you know, it's just there structurally and it looks nice. A lot of these pieces you see have a little area down below, my little construction area that has a lot of walls and a lot of windows, and that's mainly because these are located in a tab in my mods that basically dumps all my mods practically into this one tab. And no joke, it takes me 20 minutes to scroll through. And these windows and some of these other pieces that I use a lot are usually towards the end of this. It takes forever to scroll down there and get these things. So that's usually why I will set down ahead of time quite a few of them, thinking I might use them later, just so I don't have to go through and do that. There's only one speed you can scroll through that big long list, and it's very slow. So that's why I put those down there. So as with the rest of the house, I'm doing the floor-to-ceiling windows. I really like those, so I will carry that throughout the design of the whole house with these large windows. So adding in all the windows there in the hallway gives it that very open feel. And I really wanted that at least on the back side of the house, so when you're in the pool you can still see in the hallway, and when you're in the hallway you can kind of see out. So I thought it'd be cool just to put those in and use those full windows every chance I can get, which I do in a lot of my builds, I guess, but I just like those large windows. I like the way they look. And to continue on with the rest of the whole aesthetics of the other as the rest of the house, I'm using these little short tables, or skinny tables, I guess you would say, to use at the base of a lot of these windows, just to give it a thicker base to it, and also give it that bright white, kind of contrast there on the grass, the hallway, and the windows. I just think it looks cool. I wish they were a little thinner, but I don't really have the option to change sizes or anything, at least on the PlayStation. So I just use these and just kind of use them as part of the build, as if they were designed super wide like that. And I don't think they look too bad. I think it actually looks pretty cool now that I think about it, that they are wide and not skinny. So I just kind of use what I can and make the design work for what I have. And once again, to carry on the themes of this house, I wanted to put in another pole like I did at the front entrance and the carport. And I thought it'd be a good spot to put one just under this overhang, or holding up this overhang for the little patio just outside the master bedroom. So once again, had to do the quappa tilt, which is kind of a pain to get it at just the right angle. I don't think these poles are angled exactly perfect, all the same, but I think you get the idea, and there's only so much time I'm gonna battle the quappa, so that'll have to do. Okay, so now we got a pretty cool extension of the house there that will be the master bedroom, and a cool view from the pool, and also will be a cool view from inside the master bedroom at the pool. And I did want more grass area in between the pool and the master bedroom. That's why I made that hallway so long, as I did want a lot of open grass. Just kind of reminds me of some of the resort type places in Hawaii and stuff like that have a lot of large grass areas, which I always like. I'm going to use some more of the dark stone wall pieces here. I'm going to extend them all the way down from the staircase, which I put in mainly because this is going to lead down to the secondary garage and the lower level. So I just decided to put those in now so I could establish putting in that window just above. Now that I had the windows in and the walls and kind of have a good idea of the size of the room, I realized once I put a bathroom in, that would take up quite a bit of space. Not too much, I mean, it would work, but I wanted to do something different and, like I said at the beginning, something a little more interesting. So I decided to punch out one of the walls and just kind of add on a little section off to the side that would just be the bathroom. And by doing that, I decided to do a complete triangle style bathroom, mainly because of the extension of the roof pieces that I had. So once I put those in, then I could figure out where my floor was going to go, and the fact that it was going to be, I don't know, probably the first triangle bathroom I've ever done. And once again, to keep with the design of the house and add in plenty of light, I wanted to put in a large window here in the bathroom. I don't know, maybe you put curtains up there or something like that. But for now, I'm going to put the window in just so it's not completely closed in and just dark walls in the whole bathroom. I'm using some of these white wall pieces that I grabbed just so I can use this for the base of the window, mainly because the white shelf things that I use for the other parts of the house are going to be too wide. So I just wanted just a hint of white, a little more thickness at the bottom of that window, just to give it a better base and kind of tuck them into the dark stone wall so it just looks like that little white strip there. For some reason, my grass just does not want to snap together once I get close to that Nuka World wall. So all these I had to quap in and place in, also because of the angle too. So it's kind of tedious, but thank God with the grass, you don't really notice too much texture-wise, putting in angled pieces here and there. So as you can see, some of the garage section has already started, but we'll ignore that for now. We will jump into that on a later episode. But to keep in the same design style as I guess the garage there, I used the Nuka wall post thing and quapped that at a 90-degree angle. So I could use that as this massive concrete beam to hold up or support that whole upper yard area that comes to an end right there. Now this thing was quite a pain to get right, and it's not quite perfect, but like I said, with the Quappa tilt, if you don't have the right angle to begin with, it's just not going to work. So you really need to take the time and figure out what that angle is, so once you put it up there it works, because it starts to twist and turn when you move it too much. So you got to find that axis that's just perfect so it sets in just right. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you've ever used the Quappa tilt, it is kind of tedious and hard to learn. I'm still not very good at it, and I tend to try and steer clear of having to tilt stuff in because it takes so much time to do. But I kind of wanted to do it on this, and I'm glad I did, because I think it's a good solid piece for holding up all that grass and dirt above. Of course, I wanted to add in a bunch of landscaping to fill in that little corner there. Also maybe provide a little bit of privacy for that bathroom window there so it can let the light in. And also when you're in the bathroom, I think it looks a lot better if you're looking out and you see a bunch of trees and foliage. I also left a little section at the end of the triangle where I can put a small window as well. You know, not only to let in some light, but just kind of give more of a purpose to that sharp triangle edge there where you're really not going to be able to put anything except maybe like a plant or something like that. So I thought a window would fit pretty well and make more sense. At this point, I decided to start adding in a little bit of furniture just so I can get an idea of where things are going to go and what I'm going to do in the master bedroom, since it is a pretty large bedroom. Too large for just a bed, so I'm thinking it might be more of like a suite, which obviously would have the bathroom, but also maybe a little entertainment area, you know, something like that. Now with the bathroom, I didn't want to put a door on it just because this was a master suite. I felt like on its own, it's just kind of its own room, bathroom included. So rather than putting a door and leaving a giant gap there in the wall and have this stone wall go all the way to the edge, I thought it would also be cool looking to add in this slatted white wall piece. You know, it looks like a bunch of 2x6s painted white with some gaps in between, so it's kind of a break from the solid wall, and then a little bit of this see-through wall here, and then the open space where the door is leading into the bathroom. I think one of the hard things about a lot of my builds, especially the pre-war style ones where I'm trying to make it look nice and clean, I don't have a whole lot of options when it comes to the bathroom. This is kind of the only bathroom stuff that I know of on the PlayStation that, I can use. So this sink thing here, for example, I really like that it all kind of comes together as one piece, but I don't always want to use that yellow section at the bottom. So I'm always trying to come up with new ways to have a shelf around the sink, I guess. And in this instance, I used a lot of the Noir apartment tables or desk things that snap together. And I thought the angle of these worked well as some kind of, table with that arch there in the middle, which I think I could use as part of the style of the sink section there. And then also using the texture of the Noir apartment things, which are also black and then fit and tuck in there, and kind of looks like it was designed that way. And then at the same time, it also hides that yellow section of sink and gives it a much cleaner, more modern look. But done various versions of that in some of my other builds, just trying to do it slightly different if I can. I did want to add in a little divider wall when you walk in, just to kind of separate the space because it is so large, and I don't want to put up actual walls. I don't want to separate it out that way, but I do want to have it more open. So I always like using this little this random fence piece from the miscellaneous fence section. I'm not sure what mod this is in, but I think using it from the ceiling down and then adding some of this shorter wall, which is this slatted wood, to go along with this dark stone. And then I think it makes a pretty cool kind of wall separation that's not a complete wall, but has that little see-through patterned fence type thing that doubles as our wall. Also has that 50s vibe that I'm going for. And this little short wall separation is the same thing I did out in the kitchen, separating the kitchen from the stairwell. So once again, it ties in with the theme of the house. I think we got a pretty cool bathroom here. I kind of like the way it turned out. Wasn't really sure how this whole angled triangle thing would work, especially with the shower, toilet, sink, all that stuff. So I think it worked out pretty good, and I think the windows worked out pretty good too. This little side section here I'm going to turn into a small little entertainment area, just with a couch, TV, gaming system type thing. Just a place to hang out in your master bedroom if you wanted to. I'm using the Slocum Joe light just because I guess in a lot of my builds I like to have a lot of ambient kind of mood lighting, and with the TVs I think it's kind of cool to have some light coming from the back, mainly because at least on the PlayStation we're not able to put anything on the TVs. I really wish there was a TV screen that had something going, or at least made it look like it was on. But without that, I just decided to put the lights behind it to give it a little bit of lighting. And once again, to keep in the theme with the bathroom, I'm doing these little side end tables on the bed in the same manner, just using the same pieces, maybe a little bit different, but so they also look uniform with how the bathroom looks as well, with the same idea through the bedroom and the bathroom. Then to clean up some of that backyard section there, I added in some hedges there along the edge of the wall, Just think it looks nice and, you know, looks a little fancier, I guess, if you got hedges right there. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the master bedroom and master bathroom, and I think it turned out well. I think it's probably one of my favorite bedrooms so far, mainly because of that interesting bathroom off to the side. I think that turned out well, and overall pretty happy with that. Master bedroom that is pretty open and spacious. Got your nice little entertainment area there off to the side. And out through the window there, you have a nice view of the pool area in the yard. And of course, the door leading out to the little patio. So overall, I think it fits as a master bedroom for this style house. And like I said, this was going to be a guest room, but decided just to make this the master and not really deal with excessive rooms, because once I start that, then the build gets way too big. In the beginning, I had a feeling that this would become a build that was just ongoing, large, which always happens with my builds. I always think I'm going to do some small, medium-sized build, and it just grows and grows. So this one, I wanted to try and limit myself, and I think by just having one master bedroom rather than a bunch of extra ones just makes more sense. But as far as this episode goes, we'll end this one here. We'll call this issue complete and add it to our shelf, and hope to see you next episode. Not sure what that will be. Maybe we will jump to the garage, possibly the living room. There's also the arcade too. Well, actually there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff downstairs too, so I'm not sure which one we'll jump in, but until then, thanks for watching, thanks for stopping by, and until next time, keep building.